I just want to point out that this has been an issue because my contractor didn't take into account the prior faucet that I had here that I already bought, because what ended up having a problem was that it would bump up against the windowsill, and that would be problematic. And there was a solution to move it the other way to make the handle be kind of angled, but you know, frankly speaking, that's pretty ugly. That's pretty ugly and not normal to look at. So I had to think of a new solution for this. So in the case of this kitchen, my challenge here is that I have soffits, and so my cabinets hang kind of low, and this, you can see, if you can imagine, this is practically almost like, you know, 12 inches right here, and then you add this, that's that's like 16 inches. I think typically people are more used to having 18 inch. 18 inch, I believe, is the more common standard, but it's okay. We can work around that. So how we're going to work around that is we're going to find a smaller faucet, or a faucet that I'm really liking this Kraus. A faucet that is not only smaller, because if you have something that is big, it will just overwhelm, because it's just going to look like a big giant, you know, like a swan, essentially. Not saying that swans are definitely beautiful, but to have like a faucet come all the way up here to the middle of your window, almost to like a third of your window, is not ideal. It doesn't seem proportional. So I found this great faucet by Kraus, is it? Kraus. This is a brand that I've never heard of until most recently, because I bought my sink from Costco, which is by Kraus. So I'm just kind of, I'm just kind of assuming that Costco is good at buying things. They typically buy things that are of, good value and above average to good, excellent quality. So because they have that awesome return policy, and I'm sure if they're buying something, they're probably thinking like, let's make sure that this is good enough that most people won't return. So I got this one, and this one's going to be the one. Excuse that I can't make it flush, but essentially what I really like about this is that the handling's on top here. So there's not even consideration of like it hitting anything, the handle. And the other thing about this is that it just kind of lays here, and it's not too big. It's actually considered kind of small in the category of like faucets for kitchens and things like that, because typically we're used to seeing kind of like, I like to call it the swan neck. You have this big, this big swan neck, and then you pull out. This can also pull out as well, and I think this is great because it makes my kitchen look a bit more proportional, given that I have low cabinets, and also that I have the issue that the backsplash here and the windowsill is just too close that it can't move. But this is totally awesome. This can move, and then no one would ever think, oh, this faucet was purchased because of the challenges, the space challenges. It's more like, oh, it just kind of goes with the decor. So I'm really liking this one. I think this one's it, and it's cheaper. The other one I was looking at was this Alma. I mean, if you like this was on sale for 150 bucks. This is like 220 on sale. I believe it's normally like 250 or 260. This is, wow, this has weight to it. It's beautiful. Again, like what I said, this is what we're used to seeing, the swan neck. See, swan neck. And I think one of the main I mean, you look at the hardware and you're like, wow, this is sturdy. I like it. I think I had a chance to open up to pull out the hose here, and it's like solid metal. So there's definitely no plastics. There's maybe those little rims right there where the water comes out, but definitely no plastics in this thing. This thing is a heavyweight. But the challenge with this, like when I put it in here, it's just so disproportionate. You see that? I mean, look at that. You have like, it's like people are gonna come in and they're gonna say like, wow, look at that faucet. And that's not exactly the statement you want, right? In terms of, you want people to just enjoy the entire kitchen, not to make something a focal point that could be a distraction. So I think this is lovely and matches, and is matte black, matches the hardware. I think this one, this is it. This is the winner. My prior faucet, this one here, it's like your typical standard faucet. And the problem was the handle, because the handle's to the side, and then if you have to pull back the handle, it would hit the windowsill. So great find, this Kraus, and it also matches the sink. The sink I got is Kraus as well. I hope I'm saying it right. I don't know. But I only know about this brand through Costco because they sold sinks, and I really like this sink. It's a big, sturdy sink, and the accessories aren't here. But I can tell you about the accessories. They have like, what is that called? It's like a net over it, but it's like a metal netting over it. So if you were washing your dishes and you didn't have a dish rack, you could, because it's so big and spacious, you could literally just put like your dishes on the side here and they could just dry, and it's kind of out of sight too. I mean, I really like that concept because I think dish racks are an eyesore no matter how they try to design it, either by Simple Human or whoever out there, or other stores out there that try to design dish racks. Dish racks are, I mean, if dish racks were so lovely and pleasing to the eye, then all the ads for in like, you know, kitchens and baths and designer kitchen bath and magazines, interior design magazines that showcase kitchens would also put the dish rack there, but you never see dish racks. So keep your dishes in the sink, out of sight, or if you want to air dry them, or keep them in the dishwasher. So that's my thoughts on it. So, and what was really nice about the sink that I got from Costco was, well, first it was on sale. I think I got $50 off, so I believe it was like $190, but I forget the gauge, the terms of steel. So when you buy a sink, there's a range of numbers, and I think 16 and 18. All right, I believe if you go lower, you have a thicker steel, and they offered this sink with the thicker, that is the thicker steel, for a price of for like $190 for this size. This is like a 31 inch sink, wide sink, and that price point was very attractive. And also the sink itself is very sturdy. I mean, I've felt some other sinks, they feel kind of lightweight, but this is definitely a sturdy sink. I love it, and I love how it's like so big and deep. You could wash a baby. You could definitely give a baby a bath here. Baby, either human or doggy, or I guess cats. I don't know if people wash their cats. I suppose some do. See it on YouTube. But yeah, you could wash your pet, or wash a small child in here, and I love that. I love how it's just so spacious. And you know, I'm a type of person that likes to soak dishes, and I really like things out of sight. And because it's so deep and wide, you could just put your dishes in here and just kind of, it's in here soaking, and it's just like it's kind of like out of sight too. So I really like that. So this is in many ways one of my dream sinks. Never thought I'd be obsessive about sinks, but they are a daily use thing if you, you know, cook at home. So you definitely want to have things that help you in your daily tasks. And you definitely want to be in a home that makes you feel good. So that is it for the kitchen sink. I'm really excited to have the vendor come to clean this up and to make these seams as best as he or she can. Make the stone flush so we could finish up the backsplash on this side. Install the sink so I can get the plumber in and start using this thing. And I think they also say they do the seal here too. Do the seal there and really start to enjoy this kitchen. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this week. I'm hoping all of that will be complete with the exception of the plumbing. Maybe later after it really comes down to the stone guy or girl. Once that person who does the stone is done, then over the weekend the carpenters will come in and put in the tile, and then I'll try to convince the plumber or find a plumber to come in at the same time to install this, because I would love to use this already. I've been waiting to use this kitchen for a long time, so it's getting closer and closer. And I'd love to have that dishwasher there. I mean, I know this sounds kind of weird, but I'm at the point where I would love to get it finished, where I can I want to apply the seal over the tile, the seal over the tile floor, protect the grout, protect the tile from, you know, getting too dirty. One of the things that annoys me is seeing grout that's discolored from, you know, other parts of the floor, and I'm hoping I could prevent that as much as possible. The backsplash, actually, I don't know if it's going to matter so much with the backsplash because I use Dorlean Gray, unsanded grout from Home Depot, and this Satori tile. I forget what the name of it is, but it's from Lowe's. I'm thinking this will be fine, but you know, just protect it. Just protect it. You never know, maybe some wine comes flying over here and then, you know, for whatever reason is ignored, and then suddenly these beautiful white petals become pink petals, or this one flower or a few petals become pink, and it just throws the whole thing off. So yeah, I'm feeling better about this kitchen. If you know about my background with this kitchen, I've had a terrible contractor and had to rework and redo this kitchen. And it's getting so much better. I mean, and I have to, if you have access to skilled professionals, they can really help you in terms of making something that was done terrible into better. Yeah, so I love that. I love my soffits now. They're level soffits. Who knew level soffits would make such a big difference in one's life, especially when it comes to a kitchen. So that is it for now.